So this is a shadow case. Now, I like this case. It's probably one of my favourite cases. I think it's got some really nice skins in it. I like the Kill Confirmed. I like the Frontside Misty. I think the Wingshot and Stone Cold are great purple skins. And I also think, on the whole, it's bright enough and interesting enough without being too over the top, although the Flux and the Big Iron suck balls. But nonetheless, if I was to open one, I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose money. Oh look, a blue skin. Who would have thought that would happen? Actually, I just missed out on the wing shot there. That would have been nice if it was factory new. But as you can see, there's a bit of a problem here because I love this case, but I can't make money off it by opening it. So this video is going to be about the solution to that problem. This is Azusa's trade up guide to the shadow case. So this is the first trade up we're going to be doing today. Now it is a StatTrak mil-spec factory new trade up. We need an average float below 0.07, and the skins I'd recommend using for it are 4 factory new Cobalt cores at 68 cents each, and 6 minimal wear skins that are either Green Marines or Scumbrias. Now these are Steam market buy order prices. You can generally get the Scumbrias a bit cheaper, but it's very hard to get them in the right float. So I've gone with the Green Marine price, which is slightly higher, but it's easier to get the right skins. And the total cost altogether should be $4.76. And as one final note, the ratio of minimal wear to factory new is interchangeable. As long as you keep that float right, you can use only 3 Cobalt cores if you want. You can go 50-50 if you want. It's really up to you. Getting more minimal wear skins in there is going to increase your profit margins. So if you can do it, it's worth doing it. So in terms of what you can get from this trade up, there's no real way of losing money. If you get a special delivery or a Nebula Crusader, you'll get all of your money back plus a small premium on top of that. So, the market price will vary a little bit, but I've sort of worked it out to be about 20 cents profit on average. And if you get a Stone Cold or a Wingshot, you make $2 and a bit profit. So you'll make 50% profit half the time, and you'll get your money back plus a little bit the rest of the time. So the second trade up we're going to look at is a StatTrak purple trade up. It's a minimal wear trade up, so the average float needs to be below 0.15. You'll need 4 minimal wear Osiris's or Kois, which are $1.35 each if you get them off the Steam market using buy orders. And you'll need 6 field tested either Stone Colds, Nebula Crusaders, or special deliveries, which are also $1.35 each if you use buy orders on the Steam market, or sometimes even a little bit less. I've gone for a higher estimate to be conservative. And the total cost will come to $13.50. So there's 6 different outcomes from this contract. I know it doesn't say it on the screen, but you're 50% more likely to get a Shadow Case skin than a Breakout Case skin. The Shadow Case skins are at the top, Breakout Case skins are at the bottom. The big boss here is obviously the Foul Play. You don't want to get that skin, but you will get a Frontside Misty 1.5 times for every Foul Play that you get, so it balances out quite well. The Conspiracy and Water Elementals are both also good profits. The Flux and the Big Iron are very, very, very meh. You don't really want to get those. So most of the profit will come from the Frontside Misty, but if you do enough of them, you're guaranteed to get a Frontside Misty at some point, and the profit margin on that is ridiculous. You'll make almost 3 times your money from it. So it's worthwhile. You just have to accept a few very bland outcomes to get that Frontside Misty. So the third trade up we're going to look at is essentially the big boy version of the previous trade up. It's a StatTrak factory new purple trade up. We're fundamentally going for the StatTrak factory new Frontside Misty. That is actually quite a hard skin to get because of its float range. You would need an average float of below 0.0588 for this contract to work. And I recommend combining this trade up with Spectrum case skins to keep the price down. You can also use re-entries from the Chroma 3 collection, but that does complicate things a bit, which is why I'm sticking to Spectrum case skins. Now, in terms of what you're going to need, you'll need 5 minimal wear StatTrak purple skins from the Shadow case. I'd recommend either the Stone Cold, the Nebula Crusader, or the Special Delivery. Personally, I'd also recommend focusing on the Nebula Crusader and the Special Delivery because the Stone Colds are a bit more expensive. I tend to use them as a last resort if I see one that's a very good float. And if you're using buy orders on the Steam market, you want to aim to be paying around $2.45 each for these skins. In terms of the Spectrum case skins, you can use the Emerald Poison Dart, the Last Dive, the Season, the Crimson Tsunami, and that's all of them except for the Scaffold. Don't use the Scaffold, that's really expensive. They should come in the factory new condition at around $3.20 if you use buy orders on the Steam market. And it's also important to note, because you need quite a low average float for this trade up contract, I'd try and keep the Spectrum case skins below 0.03 in terms of their float. And I'd also aim to try and keep the Shadow case skins around 0.08 with their float. You do need to keep both of those quite low because the average float you need is below 0.07, which is normally what you go for if you're going for factory new skins. In terms of what you can get, there's 6 equally likely outcomes. It's not like the previous trade up where there's a split between the collections. It's all the same odds here. The Frontside Misty is once again the big win. It's about 150% profit. The Fever Dream and Decimator are also nice profits. The Xianglu and the Big Iron are your losses. You'll not do too well if you get one of them. But overall, it is pretty good. There are also 2 things I'll add at this point. First of all the prices I'm showing here are net. They are after Steam tax. So this is the raw money you'll get in your Steam wallet. You won't lose an additional 12% to the Steam tax because of this. Also, it is possible to do this trade up with less factory new skins. You can do it 60/40 Shadow case Spectrum case with 6 minimal wear Shadow case skins and 4 factory new Spectrum case skins. And it will be more profitable if you do that. I will show that probably when I do an example trade up later in this video. But it is more difficult, and that minimum float value is the difference between making a huge profit on a Frontside Misty and being really upset. So this brings us to our 4th trade up. This is a covert trade up. It's not stat track unlike the previous ones. And to do it, you'll need 3 minimal wear Xianglus, which should be about $4.25 on the Steam market if you use buy orders, and 7 field tested either Fluxes or Big Irons, which should be about $2.05 on the Steam market if you use buy orders. Now the average float you'll need is 0.15. That shouldn't be too hard to do because you can get low float Xianglus fairly easily, and you can get low float Fluxes and Big Irons fairly easily. It will take a little bit of care, but it should be fairly manageable, and the total cost should come to $27.10. As far as what you can get goes, you have a 30% chance of getting a Spectrum case skin and a 70% chance of getting a Shadow case skin. The big win is the Bloodsport. It's a Spectrum case skin. There's a 15% chance of getting it, and you'll make $23. The other win is the Kill Confirmed. You'll make $7 off those, and it's a 35% chance. You'll lose $11 for Golden Coil. That's also a 35% chance, and you'll lose about $1 off a Neo Noir, which is a 15% chance. Now, the margin on this one is very narrow. It's, I think, about $1 a trade up. So, if you're going to do these, I'd recommend getting rid of the skins through trading sites or OP skins or something like that, rather than the Steam market, because those places take a much smaller cut of the sales price in terms of tax, and that will increase your margin and make these worth your while. The final trade up we're going to look at is a factory new version of the previous trade up. It's also not stat track as well, and you'll need for that 3 factory new Xianglus, which will be about $5 each using buy orders on the Steam market, and 7 minimal wear Fluxes or Big Irons, which are about $3.20 using buy orders on the Steam market. The total cost should come to about $37.40, and you need to keep the average float below 0.07. Now, this is harder to do than the previous trade up. It will be much more difficult to find the right floats for the skins you're putting into this trade up, but the payoff is better, so it is still worth the effort. It's not like the previous one where the margin is very narrow. As far as what you can get in this trade up goes, the big win is the Kill Confirmed. There's a 35% chance of getting one of those, and you'll make about $25 if you get it. The big loss is the Golden Coil. There's a 35% chance of getting one of those, and you'll lose about $5, so that balances out quite well, and you'll make money off each of the Spectrum case skins. It won't be as much. It's $12 for the Bloodsport and about $1 for the Neo Noir, but you'll get your money back at the very least. I also will note with these prices, these are a little bit volatile just because they're lower volume skins. I would recommend using OP skins or a trading site to, as in like CS Money or Loot Farm or something like that, to get rid of these skins if you can, because it does increase your margin, and I think with these types of skins it's worthwhile doing it. You make about 7% extra because you're paying less tax. And with that, it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is and try out these trade ups in game. So I'll see you guys in CSGO Exchange. Okay, so here we are in CSGO Exchange. I've got the mil-spec trade up first. I'm going to do them in sort of ascending value. Well, not ascending value, ascending rarity. As you can see, I've got this under 0.07, so that's the hardest one to get. That's factory new, the rest of them are all good. I've only got 3 factory new skins. I managed to get low enough floats so I can do that. I've also got a couple of minimum wear Cobalt cores because I found some that were low float and cheap when I was searching for skins for this contract. The next trade up is the minimal wear stat track trade up. This one is 50-50 breakout shadow. I'm doing it essentially the way I showed in the video, except I've got a supernova there which I just grabbed because it was low float and I needed it to finish the contract. It's a breakout skin case, so you can use those if you want, but they're expensive. I wouldn't normally recommend it. I just use them when I need one extra skin to do the contract and I can't be bothered to wait. As you can see, this one's the hardest one to get in minimal wear, and it's below 0.15, so the rest of them are all good. Got the front side Misty there, really hoping for that. Love some AK magic. The next trade up is the factory new purple trade up. This one is actually worth more than the first trade up for a covert skin down here. That's why I changed my mind about them being in ascending value order. Now, as you can see, I've got a couple of re-entries here. I've decided to incorporate some Chroma 3 skins just because I'm a greedy bastard and this makes it more profitable. There's also only 4 factory new skins. As you can see, they're all fairly low. If you go into the trade up contract calculator, the Asimov is a little bit harder to get in minimal wear, which is the best possible condition than the frontside Misty, so that's the one to look for. But as you can see, that's below 0.15. Frontside Misty is also factory new, so it costs $100. I really want that skin. That'd be awesome if I got one of those. But there is only 4 shadow case skins in this, so it's not super likely. It's about 13%. Normally an unlucky number, but who knows? Maybe we'll get it. Okay, so the first pink trade up is here. I've only got 2 minimal wear skins. I was able to get the floats low enough, so that should make it a little bit more profitable on average. So it does increase the chance of getting a golden coil, which, as you can see, would suck. But we've got a nice 40% chance they're in the kill confirmed, and who knows, maybe we will get a blood sport. It's 10%, it is possible. As you can see, it's factory new. These are minimal wear. And finally, we have the factory new pink trade up. So that's this here. I've got a 3:7 ratio. It's almost exactly the same as it is exactly the same as you'll see in the slides. As you can see, these are factory new as well. So let's head in game and try them out. Hopefully I won't get a bunch of golden coils and just other shit skins. Seriously, no golden coils. Those fucking suck. Okay, so here we are in game. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. I hope this doesn't go really, really badly. But I guess we'll see. So, first trade up. Signed with the cross because I'm a Zeus. And here we go. This is the one that I can't really lose money on, and just in general doesn't matter. From here on in though, it gets a lot more intense. And that's the worst skin we could get, basically. I do like how it looks, but it's the worst skin we can get. But I didn't lose money, so it's alright. And now it gets exciting. So this is the minimal wear purple trade up. I really want a frontside Misty at some point. If I get one of those, it'd be awesome. But I reckon this is going to be a foul play. I reckon Gaben's just going to spite me today. Okay, so we've got a big iron, which is not a big rip, but not particularly good either. This is the factory new one. This one is quite exciting. If I got a... Do I have that right? What's going on here? Hold on, I'm just going to stop recording for a moment. Okay, so what happened there was I accidentally used up the special delivery from the last contract in the minimal wear one. So that means I actually lost a bit of money, but it's a bit funny. And the Big Iron has a really good float, so I can get a bit of overpay on that, I reckon, when I sell it. This is a factory new one. This one could go very well or moderately badly. So I'm hoping for very well. Am I going to cross this out in time? Okay, I've got it. Okay, so we've got a Fever Dream, that's a profit, so not complaining. And it's time for the Covert skins. Classified 2 Covert. First one, I'll cross it out beforehand. Because they're not stat tracked, the names sort of get typed up really quickly, so I'm not going to be able to cross it out in time, I reckon, without doing it first. Actually, I'm probably wrong about that. I'll probably get heaps of time, but oh well. Just please don't be a golden coil. Okay, we got a kill confirmed. That's a nice little profit. Minimal wear. For the final trade up, if I got another kill confirmed, that'd be amazing. And we got a golden coil, so that's pretty shit, but it's much better to get the factory new golden coil in a minimal wear. So I reckon overall I probably broke even, maybe lost a little bit, but it's not terrible. Anyway, I'm Jesus, thanks for watching, out.